Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to my August TBR video. You wouldn't think I would completely leave you and do no bookish content anymore and only do lifestyle. Absolutely not. I am still so excited to pull prompts out of this lovely little mug and decide what I'm reading in the month of August. I haven't done a TBR video in a while because I did hit a major 3-month-long slump, but that is in the past now. I'm slowly getting back into reading. I'm still not reading the amount I used to read, and that is fine by me. My new goal each month is to read 4 books, so therefore I'm going to pull 8 prompts out of this mug because I don't want to force myself to read just those 4 books. I'd rather have a wider selection to pick from, but I don't want the intensity of picking out of the 40 books I currently physically own to choose from. So I thought 8 was a nice little round number, and then I'll just read 4 of those 8. A little bit different to what I usually do. Usually I challenge myself to read all the books I pull out of this little mug, but not this time, not this era of me. I'm not kind of prioritising reading as much as I used to, and I'm absolutely fine by that, but I still want to keep reading in my life. So 1 book a week is what I'm aiming for, so that's kind of 4 books, and we'll see what the month kind of has in store for me. But without further ado, I think that's kind of all the housekeeping for this video. Let's get started. So prompt number 1 is going to be... Oh, I've missed this. I feel like there's loads of dust coming out this mug. I haven't touched this mug in a while, if you could tell. Let's go for this prompt. And it is LGBTQIA+. Amazing. So let's figure out what I'm going to read for this prompt. So prompt number 1 got me LGBTQ+. And for that prompt, I'm going to read Henna Wars. And this is a book that I definitely feel like I'm going to get to in August because it's been eyeing me up. And I recently did a poll on Instagram for you guys to help me pick my next read, and this is the one that won the votes, so of course I'm going to read it next. If you want to partake in things like that, polls, questions, all that sort of stuff relating to my channel, then head over to my Instagram. It's always linked down below, so you can never miss out on things like that to help me pick my next books and all that sort of fun stuff. So yeah, this is the next book I'll be reading, and also the book for LGBTQ, because this is a sapphic romance book about 2 girls in a sort of rivalry, I believe. I don't want to know more than that because I loved Honey and Issues Guide to Fake Dating. I love the writing style, I love the characters, so I'm really excited to read this as it's by the same author. Prompt number 2 is gonna be... Let's dig right at the bottom and pick out this small one. Let's go for this one. Prompt number 2 is Blindfold Pick. I haven't had that prompt in a while. So this is the majority of my TBR. It's not all the books because I can't bother to get all the books, but this is the majority and kind of the priority that I want to read. So I'm just going to close my eyes. You've got to trust me. And I will point at a book and see which one I'm going to read. So let's go. I'll do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, ooh, 8, 9, 10. Okay, my finger, because of the way the books are, is actually landed on only on a weekend, which I'm very, very, very excited for. As you just saw for the second prompt, I landed on Only at the Weekend by Dean Atta, and it looks like a chunky book, but it's all written in verse, and I'm very, 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 very excited to read this. It's one of my most anticipated releases of the year because I absolutely love The Black Flamingo. I recently reread it after meeting Dean Atta at Yauk, and I'm just so excited to delve into this one and see what his next book has in store, and I'm super, super excited and glad that fate kind of told me to read this book this month. Moving on to prompt number 3. Prompt number 3 is going to be this one, and that is non-fiction. I think that's upside down. Non-fiction. Okay, not what I would have hoped for this month, but that's fine. I think we can work with it. The next prompt I pulled out was a non-fiction, and it's the right way around. Non-fiction, and not gonna lie, this is the book that most likely won't get read out of all of these. It will definitely be on my low priority list because I'm not really in the mood to read non-fiction at the minute, especially as I'm still trying to come out of my slump. It's not something that's kind of I'm gravitating towards, or I feel like will help me and assist me to get out of my slump completely. So I don't know if I'm gonna read this, but I'm still super excited to read it, and nevertheless, and that is Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. I have been dying to read this for so long, but every time I try and pick it up, I'm like in a slump and not in the mood to read. I'm just trying to find the right time to read this book because I know I'm absolutely going to love it. I just hasn't been right time, right place yet. So fingers crossed soon. Maybe this month, maybe for some miracle, I will feel in the mood for non-fiction, and therefore it'll be the perfect read because it is the only non-fiction on my TBR. But if not, no worries. I am only reading 4 out of the 8 books I pick. Prompt number 4 is, let's go for this chunky bad boy. And it is Reread. Okay, that's really exciting because a lot of old favourites have been drawing my attention recently and I have been kind of wanting to reread, so this is amazing. The next prompt got us Reread, and I have quite a few books I would like to reread right now, so I'm going to list off a few and I'm going to read one of those books. The first one, of course, is my favourite book of last year, and that is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I would love to give this book a reread and tab it all up and just enjoy it for what it is because I absolutely love this book. I feel like everyone knows what it's about, so I'm not even going to bother saying, not that I've really told you anything about what any of these books are about because I can't be bothered. But everyone knows about this book, so yeah. If I can reread this month, I'll be very, very happy. The other couple of books that have been eyeing me up for a reread, one is Walking on Sunshine by Giovanna Fletcher, which is about 3 best friends who are in their mid-30s and completely lost in life because they have just lost their other best friend that kind of made them the foursome. Yes, and they just lost her to breast cancer, so they go on this trek to kind of rediscover themselves and see where they are now without their best friend, and I absolutely adored this book. But I read it as an ebook and I'd love to reread the physical copy and tab it up because I absolutely love Giovanna Fletcher. And this book needs no introduction, and that is Olive by Emma Gannon, probably my favourite book of all time. I would love to give this book a reread. It'll be my third reread of this. No, it'll be my third read of this, my second reread, and I'm trying to just make it a tradition now to read it every year, and I haven't read it yet this year. And since having done my last reread where I got so absorbed into it, I wanted to tab it up and write in it, but I got so absorbed into it, I finished it in 2 days and I just never really got time to grab my tabs and grab my pens to write in it and tab it up and annotate it. So hopefully third time lucky. So those are the 3 books I would kind of like to reread this month. We'll see what I'm in the mood for, but they're all romance contemporary books, so I'm sure I'll be in the mood for one of them. Maybe all of them, but definitely, hopefully, one of them. Prompt number 5 is... Oh, let's go. This is a different type of paper, so let's go for this one. This is a more recently added one, but I still don't know what it is. And that is, put an extra prompt. Because this TBR thing is no longer a TBR game, I'm going to throw that one to the side and repick for prompt number 5. Let's go for this one. Hopefully it's better than the last one, and that is, I can't read that, last word of the last book. Okay, interesting. We'll see what I can figure out for this one. The next prompt gave us last word of last book, and the last book I finished, and I finished it yesterday evening, was One Night with You by Laura Jane Williams. Unfortunately, my least favourite book of Laura Jane Williams so far, which is so sad because I classed her as one of my favourite authors. I loved Our Stop. I loved The Love Square. Didn't so much love The Lucky Escape, and this has been my least favourite, and this is her 4th publication, so I'm just like, are they getting less and less interesting to me? I really hope not. I'm still going to give her a go every single time because you never know, but yeah, this was a weak book for me, unfortunately. But the last word in this book is... right. As in, like, you're right. R-I-G-T-H. No, H-T. Right, I don't think I have a book that has right in the title. Not Here to Be Liked. I think I have... Right. I don't know. I don't have a book. I don't have a book on my TBR that has the word right in it. So let's go to the second to last, which is maybe. And then it's possibly. I don't think I have a maybe either. This isn't going too well. And then it's B, as in like B-E. B-E. I could be really sneaky here. B-E is the third to last word in One Night with You. But there's B-E in Beauty, and I have been dying to read this book, which is You Made a Fool of Death of Your Beauty by Kwiki Emedi. Akweke Emezi, sorry, and I'm just super, super excited to read this. I've heard nothing but incredible things, and it sounds right up my alley. It's basically about a main character who's trying to escape her city life, and she goes on holiday or something. Yeah, a dream island holiday, poolside cocktails, beach sunsets, elaborate meals. And as the sun goes down on her old life, our heroine might also be ready to open her heart to someone new. The only problem is she's falling for the one man she can absolutely not have. And I'm just really excited to read it, so I'm going to count it because B is technically in the title. It just might not be the word, but it's part of a word, so I'm going with it. Just leave me be. Get it? Leave me be. Anyway, okay, next one. Prompt number 6 is... So far none of the prompts have been that awful, so that is good. Prompt number 6 is going to be... Oh, there's 2. And oopsie-dipsy-doo, this one. Okay, we're going for this one. Ah! And that is Scribd. Okay, not bad at all. Happy with that. Liking the audiobooks, liking the range of Scribd at the minute. So yes, I can definitely find a book for that prompt. And what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to take the audiobook for The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Arms, because I do have a physical copy of it right here. And I'm going to pick this one up, or maybe pick this one up, it could be an option. But this book actually kind of daunts me, and I tried reading it before and I couldn't get into it, so I think with the help of Scribd and getting the audiobook, I think I might finally get around to reading it, so that's what I'm going to do. This is a fake dating, friends to enemies to friends, friends to lovers sort of romance, and I've heard very kind of mediocre things about this book, even though it was blowing up at the end of last year on all social media, book talk, book Instagram, all that sort of stuff. But I haven't heard the greatest things of it as of recent, so I'm hoping the audiobook will help me get through it, and if I don't like it, I don't like it. But I'm going to give it a go anyway. Prompt number 2, second to last one, is this one? I guess it is. And that is iBooks book. Okay, interesting. And for this one, I think I'm actually finally going to get around to The Shelf by Helly Acton. I have it on my Scribd account here. It was a toss-up between Take a Hint, Danny Brown and The Shelf, so possibly I could read either of those, but I think I'm leaning more towards The Shelf. All I know about this book is it follows 6 women who kind of go into a Big Brother style house, and it's kind of like a reality TV show-esque game in a book, and it sounds really intriguing, and it's been on my TBR since like the beginning of 2021, so hopefully I can get around to it, but we shall see. And the last prompt is this one. It's tiny, so I have a feeling it might be like a challenge prompt, but we'll see. No, it's not. I don't think it is. Randomize your TBR. Okay, and the last prompt we got, which could be an option for what I read this month, is randomize your TBR, which is quite intense. Obviously, it's another prompt where I don't kind of get any free reign with it, so I kind of really wanted to get a few books on my TBR this month, and I haven't kind of managed to, but once again, this is just for fun. If I just film this and it's a fun game for you guys to watch, great, amazing. If I don't read any of these books, I really don't care at this point. It's just fun for me to sit down and kind of maybe pick my TBR and give myself some structure. If I don't follow it, I do not care anymore. I think we've got past the point as a book community where there's like challenges and punishments and stuff for not finishing your TBR. I think we're all kind of taking a more relaxed stance, and so I'm also joining in with the club. So randomize your TBR, I'm going to go to Goodreads and I'm just going to get my total book count of what's on my physical TBR, and that is number 37. So I have 37 books on my physical TBR. I'm going to get a random number generator up on Google. I'm going to do 1 to 37. And we're going to generate it. What number is that? 6? Number 6. I don't like the sound of number 6. I feel like that's going to be quite an old one. I don't even know what like order my physical TBR's in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The one under Dean Atter is going to be number 6. What is it? The Year After You. Okay, I wasn't expecting that whatsoever. Let me go grab it. This is The Year After You by Nina DePass. I don't know much about this at all because back then it sounded interesting. I hope it still sounds interesting, but I believe it's a thriller, and all it says on the oh, excuse me. And all it says on the back is, up in the Alps, Kara's old life feels a million miles away. Nobody at Hope Hall knows her past. With secrets to keep, can Kara allow herself this chance to live again? It could not be a thriller. To be honest, I have no idea. Let me read the actual blurb because I'm so confused now. New Year's Eve, San Francisco, the most promising party of the year ends in tragedy. Okay. Georgina is gone and nothing will bring her back. 9 months later, Kara's mother decides a Swiss boarding school will be a fresh start that Kara needs. Up in the Alps, Kara's old life feels a million miles away. We just read that bit. Yet, as much as she keeps her distance, her new friends break down the walls she so carefully built up. Especially the offbeat, straight-talker Hector, who understands how she feels better than anyone. But the closer Kara grows to Hector, the more her old life slips away. Embracing life at Hope Hall means letting go of the past. With Georgina gone, how can Kara allow herself this second chance? So maybe it's not a thriller. Maybe it's just like a classic YA, one of your friends has died, unfortunately died, and it's about trying to overcome that. But nevertheless, I may read this month. It might be the book that I wasn't expecting to read, but really enjoy. Fingers crossed. So there we have it. That is my possible, potential, tentative TBR for the month, as well as one of my rereads, but that could be Olive, The Love Hypothesis, or Walking on Sunshine, or neither of them, and a different one. Who knows what I'm going to be able to read or what I want to read in August. But you know what, guys? I've had fun sitting down and picking a TBR again. So hopefully these books will kind of really push me out of my slump and I can really get back into my reading groove. But yeah, I'm super, super excited. So there we have it. That is my August TBR for the month. Let me know in the comments down below what you're reading in the month of August. What are your priorities? What readathons are you partaking in? Have you read any of the books that I've listed in today's video? What are your thoughts? Spoiler free, of course. And with that being said, I will leave you guys to it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a massive thumbs up and subscribe down below to see future content from me. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.